And welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz, and I'm here with Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus. And if it's your first time listening, you can always follow, subscribe. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We're not making you. How are you, Jesus?
Pretty good, pretty good. I've been pretty busy. The weather is finally becoming spring. I finally felt some spring. I'm a little cozy right now if you're watching this, but if you're listening to this, yeah, I'm a little bit more cozy. I don't know why. I just felt cold when I woke up this morning.
It's just been in the 30s at night, so I mean, I understand being 60 in the day and 30s at night.
So yeah. Besides that, I've been busy. I'm waiting to see how long before the new chickens or chicks pass away because my parents decided to buy chicks. So. And we'll see there because they can't handle, and none of my families can handle animals properly. So I'm counting down to see how long. Yeah.
So morbid.
Hey, I don't know why they get stuff when they don't know how to raise stuff properly. So
They even get an enclosure for them?
Nope, they're just kind of roaming around. So I'm waiting for the dogs to eat them.
Dogs, coyotes.
I don't live coyotes. I don't live around coyotes, luckily. But yeah.
You sure?
At least not around my area. So
okay,
I've been very fortunate.
There's always coyotes. I mean, there's coyotes in Tualatin, and Tualatin's very domesticated.
Okay. Well, besides that, we've been. So yeah, that's kind of really it. There's just kind of the calming, just kind of trying to catch up with reading and stuff like that. And yeah, just nothing too big. How about yourself?
Just working, work. So I got shifted into a different area of working. So I usually go from like 10 to 8:30, but they moved me to 2 to 10:30. So it's been a very long week with that. I did a split on Tuesday. Went home for a couple hours, came back for 4 hours, and yeah, it's the same shift. So yes, I'm very exhausted, very tired, very quickly.
Damn, that sucks. Some positive note though that I remembered. I recently watched, what was the movie? I watched the new Shazam film that just came out.
Yeah, how was it?
Entertaining, I'll say that. If anymore, you guys gotta go listen to the reaction cast for that. But yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, look forward to a bunch of new YouTube videos because I haven't been properly uploading the reaction cast over to YouTube. But yeah, those episodes should be populating in the next couple of days. Not all at once, but just like day by day. Just so, because I keep forgetting to edit and update them to YouTube. So for anyone who listens to or watches reaction casts on YouTube, I'm sorry. Okay, but there is you always can listen to it too. Do it both. Support both ways. But yeah, so look forward to that. For any YouTube people, yeah, reaction cast for. The Shazam film, the Creed film, Demon Slayer stuff. I think that's it. Because next is John Wick 4 coming up too.
I heard.
There's a lot of films coming up, so you'll be hearing.
Yeah, did you see one of the characters from Wick actors died?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I forget his name. Let me go look it up.
All right, while you do that and get that populated. Or don't forget, anyone listening, if you want to help support us, you can always support us by purchasing something from merch.tyrantdominus.com. It's coming up spring. Spring is the time when we're going to be releasing our first new addition to our inspirational line for the year. One of the 3 that are going to be coming out this year. And remember, those are going to be only out for 5 weeks. So if you want to grab one, pick one up before it's gone. But like I said, they're all fun, inspirational, and God, they are ridiculous. Me and Liz had some fun reading through them, picking out the ones.
They were hilarious.
We picked out the 3 best ones for 2023 and some fun quotes to go along with them to kind of represent each of them. So look forward to that. But yeah, sometime, what's today? It's March. Probably the end of March or beginning of April will be the release of the first shirt. And then subsequently, coming up after that, there'll be like a 2 to 3 week break, and then the release of the second one comes after that, and then the third and final one. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. They seem really funny, they enjoyable, Some of the artwork that was designed for them look sick. But yeah, that's really for that. If you don't want to purchase anything, you don't have to. If you want to support us still, you can support us by sharing the podcast on social media, word of mouth. It's the best way to do it. It's the free way to do it. We all love free. So yeah, let people know. Tell us about us. It really helps us out a lot.
The actor is Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick. Why does that sound familiar? There he is. Oh, I know. I knew about this because that was the show I was watching during St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, for anyone I hope you guys had a safe St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, I was hoping to get input on that too.
But I was quote celebrating St. Patrick's Day, watching a live show. And then they brought this up because it kind of happened during the show, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I'm not super. I'm trying to let me check his filmography. Okay, yeah, I've seen him in John Wick. What else has he been in? The Wire. Oh, he's most famously from The Wire. I haven't seen The Wire. I heard it's like a good show. It's a bit of a slow burn, but I heard it's good. I'm trying to see what else has.
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm still kind of catch up on TV. I feel like.
No, okay, that sucks. Another actor. How old was he?
He was 60.
That's
young.
He lived not that young. Back in the olden days, he would have been ancient.
Olden days, but this is the modern day. Get with it.
No. I hate the modern days. Look at in modern days, people can sue people just because of some stupid technicality. We're going to be
true that
because we're going to be starting out with a man who sues Buffalo Wild Wings, claiming its boneless wings are actually chicken nuggets. No duh, Sherlock. They're like, I don't know who's. Oh God, let's see here. A new class action lawsuit filed in Illinois alleges that the chicken chain Buffalo Wild Wings is conducting deceptive business. Oh, deceptive. Yes, like really deceptive.
Quote unquote.
Bruh.
Business practices over claims of its boneless wings are just chicken nuggets. Like, okay. The lawsuit was filed March 10th in North District of Illinois, U.S. District Court by plaintiff Amin is it Amin
Hallam?
Okay, Mr. Hallam. Is it? I don't care. Who currently resides in Chicago on behalf of himself and potentially many others across the county. You know what? If he gets something out of it, I'm gonna do it too. I am one of those people. I'm a boneless wing fan. I just don't. I personally don't. I have trouble with
chicken nuggets. You're an adult. You're a grown ass man. Is that what you're saying?
I don't want any bones in my wings. Okay. I don't want any bones in my wings. Okay.
Bruh.
And look at that shit.
So let's see here. Plaintiff claims that are false and deceptive marketing and advertising. Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wings. The name descriptive of the products, i.e., as boneless wings, leads to resemble customers to believe the products are actually chicken wings, and raised the lawsuit. In other words, the products are chicken wings with have simply been deboned. As such, are comprised of entirely chicken wing meat. I get it.
How do you not know? I mean, they could be. How do you not know?
That's a good question.
You're not there behind the manufacturer. Where'd they get it from?
Imagine the person who's hired to like you're in charge of the boneless wing department and you're like deboning all the wings for the boneless chickens.
That's why it's called machines. They do that through machines.
I don't know, but then it's grounded. The chicken would be grounded, and then it's chicken nuggets again.
No, there's other ways to do it. I've seen it.
Is it? Let's let me look it up. Okay, we'll look it up later, but I don't know. I think that
it's usually not done by humans. If they are, they've probably gotten so fast at it they don't even know. They probably do it at home.
If I find a bone in my boneless wings, I am suing. Okay. Unbeknownst to the plaintiff and other consumers, the products are not wings at all, but instead slices of chicken breasts, deep fried like wings. Let's see, raised the lawsuit. Indeed, the products are more akin in comparison to a chicken nugget rather than a chicken wing. Had Plankton and other consumers have known that the products are not actually chicken wings, they would have paid less for them and would not have purchased them at all. The suit continues. Therefore, Plankton and consumers have suffered injury in fact, a result of the defendants of deceptive practices.
Oh boy.
Let's see. The defendant named in the suit includes Buffalo Wild Wings Inc. and the parent company Inspire Brands Inc. When reached for comment, the representatives for both companies directed us to the following saucy tweet. It's true. Our boneless wings are all white chicken meat. Our hamburgers contain no ham, and our buffalo wings are 100% buffalo.
No, 0% buffalo. You misread that.
Shh, quiet. Bruh. Okay.
Don't false advertise, mister. You're gonna get sued.
And look at that shit.
And this is it is true. Our boneless wings are all white chicken wing. Okay, no, I read that. This clear-cut case as a false advertisement would not be permitted, and our customers should be able to rely on the plain meaning of the product. Okay, it doesn't matter.
It's so lame. Like, do you want some chicken nuggets? I like the boneless wings. That was an awesome way of saying things. Come on. It's just growing up saying a different alternative way of saying chicken nuggies.
Exactly. It's just, it's all just really happenstance, right? Like how you want something.
It's gonna be really lame. Like, I don't know, going to the restaurant after this stupid lawsuit and be like, "Yeah, I'll have the chicken nuggets."
I'll also get the chicken nuggets
in this sauce. That's what you're gonna say, sir. That's what you're gonna say for now.
You know what? Chicken tenders. Give me those chicken tenders. That one gonna be. Can I get the boneless chicken tenders? Wait, no, chicken tenders aren't boneless. Aren't bones. So yeah, can I get some chicken tenders in that sauce? And what do I get? And mild sauce. That's what that's like my go-to sauce. Mild sauce. Sometimes I go a little bit hotter, but I think actually no. Funny we say this. There's an episode on this on this channel.
Yes, we have done that.
So if anyone's wondering, we have done kind of a Hot One style episode where we didn't go through all the sauces. God, that would be a lot of chicken and a lot of eating, and within a short amount of time. But we got like 5 sauces, like 2 low one medium, and 2 hot ones, and I think we got the hottest one available there. And we went through the whole thing. I think we did it twice too, back in the old house and then in the office. So yeah.
Did we do it in the office? I don't remember. Maybe
I think we've done it twice. So there's 2 episodes out here where we did a Hot One styled episode where we ate hot chicken wings, mild to hot. But yeah, if anyone, go ahead and hunt those down. They're fun. They're more audio based. It's been like, if you're watching this on YouTube, it is more recent than we've been doing video. But if you're not, it's fine too. But yeah, it's we've done that before. But does this guy have a case? It's not impossible. We've seen stuff. What were the ginger ales fiasco? Was it?
Yeah, it was a ginger ale fiasco. It's not really ginger ale.
Or it doesn't have enough ginger ale to consider it ginger ale.
Yeah, not enough ginger in it.
Let's see. The suit states that if Buffalo Wild Wings are being transparent with its customers, they will readily change the name of the product to boneless chicken or disclose on its menu that products are actually made from chicken breast meat. Buffalo Wild Wing is well aware of the issue, but refuses to change its practices. The suit continues. They're like saying, "No, fuck you."
Exactly. You're just a dumbass. You just want money. They probably got that mentality.
Oh god.
And we got plenty of it. We'll give you here's your lump sum. We'll move on.
Oh god. I find it really baffling when people are like this, because it's a really a
nothing. They're a Karen. It's not being precise. It's not true.
It's not it's a nothing burger. They're really nothing there. Like, it's just a play on words, just being annoyance. No. Oh my god, some people. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to talk about us being young, or do you want to talk about some stuff that are happening in your side of the world? Your business world.
Well, we could do my business side of the world.
All right, so let's talk, because you want. Okay, we'll do Rite Aid. I thought we were gonna play how much money you make.
Oh, that one too. We could do that one too. Let's
What,
just
what do you
that
want to
one.
do? You want to complain about how much money you make, or you want to some of the practice?
Yeah, how much money I make. Yep.
All right, let's start with that one.
Strike update. How Monday, March 13th, junior doctor strike affects you. Thousands of junior doctors in England have started a 3-day strike over pay. Oops, commercial, stupid. And conditions. The action poses a problem for NHS leaders. Junior doctors make up 40%, 45% of the medical workforce. 2/3 of them are members of the BMA union, which is organizing the strike. And they're planning on walking out of the emergency as well as planned care. The action is expected to affect every region in England.
That's pretty big.
Consultants-
That's pretty big. When
Yeah.
it makes up nearly half of your staffing, that is bad.
Consultants and other senior doctors are being drafted in to provide cover. Lots of planned appointments are set to postpone, but it's not yet clear how many. Junior doctors said they have no choice but to take action, which what they say is much about feeling undervalued and overworked as it is about pay.
Do you
I agree.
Okay, yeah.
I agree. More than 36,000 junior doctors are set to strike from Monday until Thursday morning in England. Consultants will be brought in to provide some cover, but the NHS warning a major disruption and thousands of patients may face postponements to the treatments due to the strike.
4
Wow.
days. Wow, 4 days. That is a huge hit to like everything. I think we have evidence of what happened during the pandemic, like how bad things can get.
I mean, it's still affecting now. I mean, think about how many of them are no longer working because of all the things we've been through through the pandemic. I mean, I've seen some slowing in staffing. There's not enough staffing for our hospitals.
So I went scrolling down a little bit, but it looks like not just the junior doctors, but there's like a huge just like countrywide strike. Civil servants,
Hospital doctors, hospital
teachers,
dentists.
universities, rail service users. Oh my god, it is crazy how we don't dive in too much. We've talked about we have spoken a little bit how bad it is in England and some of the other UK markets. Because we're mostly a US based show, but we do touch upon other states and other countries and the like. But just seeing this makes you know, like, oh wow, that's bad. So what do doctors want, Liz?
Junior doctors in England want a pay raise of 35%. The British Medical Association (BMA) calls it pay restoration after cuts of 26% once inflation is taken into account since 2008. The 35% rise is needed to make up for the 26% cut.
So wait, so the 35% raise is just to make up the 20% cut. So that would just break even.
Yeah,
wow.
pretty much.
So what impact will the strike have?
Junior doctors represent about 45% of the medical workforce in England. They include those just out of university through the doctors with 10 years of experience, so the strike action will have a major impact. About 2/3 of the junior doctor workforce are BMA members. They're walking out of both emergency and planned care, as well as general practice, where some junior doctors will be working as a GP trainees. It means NHS bosses are drafting consultants and other senior doctors to cover them in emergency care, such as A&E and intensive care. This will lead to the postponing of lots of planned treatments, such as knee and hip replacements.
Not a single
Wow.
thought was given this day.
Wow, this is it's crazy. It's crazy because England's not a small country, but it's still. Can you imagine the entire United States striking?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think that would be the next thing that would happen. Don't you think
so? You think so?
Oh, how much we're underpaid? I mean, come on, considering what I make, and I'm not even at my sweet spot yet. So
Oh yeah, that sweet spot we discovered. But yeah. I think I saw a small clip on TikTok. I can't remember. There's a guy talking about he's been working 2 years into his doctorate, and he doesn't make enough money to pay off the loans. I'm like, what's the point of becoming a doctor at that point when you're
I
not.
know, right?
So like when you're not making enough money to pay off the debt you owe, and I'm like, oh my god. And then it just the thing is like this disruption hurts the people. That's the problem. Like
We need doctors. That's the sad part. I mean, my mom can't even find a simple general practitioner just to go and get a yearly regular checkup. I mean, think about it. Somebody just, general medicine, like, hey, I just need somebody to give me a yearly checkup and call it good. But no, there's not even enough doctors for that. My mom's having a hard time, and she's been trying for 3 years now, I think. So, they're not taking any new patients. They're planning on retire soon, or this or that. There's not enough doctors, and not enough doctors want to take on that debt or responsibility sometimes.
that, or it's not even worth the time and effort for that much amount of pay at this point. Because for that, you said it. At this point, you've been working what 6 days a week. You alone have a little bit more. What is it? More direct involvement with all this, and this is just in the states, in just the state of Oregon. I can only imagine how other states are handling. We've talked about it, and we're now looking at what's happening across the pond. It's like, it sucks for them. For sure, making a livable wage has always been kind of the sad joke we have on this show, because that's as much as we like shill our merch and stuff, but it's not. We don't really make any money. All that money that goes in there just makes it easier for us to just produce more stuff.
Speaking of which, that comes up in a couple months, doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. So yeah, that's why it's like
How much inflation is going to affect that too?
So yeah, we don't actually make any money from our merch. It just goes back into the show, and it just makes it cheaper for us, so we don't have to pay as much for all the software and shit. Like, we appreciate it, but yeah, it's like we don't make anything. We just do it for fun, and just doing the show itself is just for us to do for fun stuff. But at the end of the day, like, it's very sad how we're now at a point where your everyday person is just struggling now, and not just in higher paying higher paying jobs. Even those are low now, and like even your minimum wage jobs, you need to be working. What did we say? Like 2 to 3 of them.
2 to 3 to make make ends meet.
Make that, like, to get that, what was it, the sweet spot? I'm like, it's just so ridiculous, And that I don't. Yeah, it's just like at this point, I don't know. Maybe we should just be shilling some like crypto or NFT shit just so we can steal money from just like every other big company people. Okay. I hope the best for them, because not only is it hurting the people, but it seems like the people taking care of the people are hurting themselves. So for any of our fans from across the pond, we hope everything went well this past week, because this just happened. So we could probably look up what happened, but today, the day of the recording, there's currently only one. So it all finished up, but you can only just be a disruptor for so long, because you still kind of have to go back and work, because you got to earn that money. Unless you're gonna up the streets.
That ain't going nowhere.
All right, Liz, let's go a little bit more local and see what happened with something more of your knowledge.
Oh, what, Rite Aid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. U.S. alleges Rite Aid unknowingly filled unnecessary opioid prescriptions, ignored red flags. Ooh, damn. One of the country's largest pharmacy chains knowingly filled unlawful prescriptions, ignored internal red flags on its practices, the Justice Department alleged in a complaint filed Monday. The complaint against Rite Aid was a part of a whistleblower lawsuit brought against the company under the False Claims Act and the Controlled Substance Act, the Justice Department said in a news release. From May of 2014 until June 2019, the federal government claims Rite Aid filled at least hundreds of thousands of unlawful prescriptions for controlled substances that were medically unnecessary, lacked a medically accepted indication, or were not issued in the usual course of of professional practice.
Wow. So just before the pandemic, just
Mhm.
pre-pandemic. Wow.
I'm not surprised. There's a lot of places that were filling it like crazy. The prescriptions included substances such as Trinity combination of opioid, a muscle relaxant, and a benzodiazepine, as well as fentanyl and oxycodone.
Yeah. So these are kind of the major ones, right? That makes sense. These are the ones
Mhm.
people like were like selling on the streets and stuff like that too. Yeah. Mostly the muscle relaxers and opioids. And oxycodone. I remember people were like shilling those like candies. I think they were like
benzodiazepines. Come on.
So I know. Like someone was trying to. I know a person who was selling their oxy for like 80 a pill, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. Good thing I'm allergic to that stuff.
If not,
I
Liz will
choose
be like,
life.
I'll scratching. Like, I need more oxy here.
I'm itching because of the hives. Like
That's how she gets. That's how she alternate.
that's all I'll be doing to be itching. You know, it's funny. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit off subject. So I had my pre-op appointment, and they were like, we usually prescribe oxy for this times before I even die of pain."
Here's a pain reliever. Oh wait, you can't have pain reliever. Now you're gonna have to suffer.
Emotional damage.
I'm like, I got a high tolerance for pain. Oxy is not worth my time. I do not like the hives. That was like the worst. It's like having like fleas biting you or bed bugs or something, and
Ugh.
just constantly itching and not having the like relief. That's because it's all internal and it's all coming from. Even though you could scratch on the surface, nothing was going on inside internally except for the inflammation, like reaction. So,
Goddamn.
anyway, sorry. I took off course for a little second. The latter included prescriptions being filled before prior prescriptions had run out, according to the complaint. Authorities said the Rite Aid's Government Affairs Department was aware that the pharmacists were ignoring obvious red flags, and it directed employees in another department to delete internal notes about suspicious activities such as cash-only pill mill, writing excessive doses for oxycodone, and blatantly do not fill controls, according to the complaint. Rite Aid has more than 2,200 locations across 17 states, including California, Ohio, Oregon, New York, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Its retail pharmacy revenue is expected to be $17.5 billion for the 2023 fiscal year, according to its latest third quarter results report. Okay, now that's pissing me off because they have not been paying their employees well enough. Not even the technicians.
What do you? Why do you think these pills are being sold, Liz? My God, you see?
It's a corporate. It's all corporate, and it's a fucked up part. I mean, it's so many. It's honestly, and I mean, I've been seeing it. I knew the red writing on the wall right when I was in the start of it, and I knew that this wasn't the place to be going to. It was going to flounder real quick, and because I knew they weren't going to pay their technicians well enough. I mean, I think they've been the tap out for their technicians is like $22 an hour.
Damn. Okay.
Tap out.
Wow.
So I think if anything, it might have gotten up to 25, but it's not still enough. And I make more than that, and I'm in the hospital. So even then, I still complain. I'm like, I still want more because I still want to be able to
Survive.
to support myself.
Yeah.
So we talk about rent. I can't pay a rent because I wouldn't be able to afford it unless I go out to the boonies. But is it worth it, the gas money?
God, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So, I we'll be keeping an eye on this one because it looks like it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with all this and what's gonna happen with Rite Aid. See, that's a lot, and it's like I think the pandemic kind of slowed down the market for that, as far as just like getting it out there because just people couldn't go out as much. And probably there were a bunch of more stricter like eyes on things, but no,
there's still a little bit more stricter eyes. I mean, they started. Okay, so I went back to being a pharmacy technician in 2014, 2015. So I mean, there were some strict eyes, but I guess it was my field at the time, my retail, so experience and the
It all depends on the location. Some people are more lenient. I'm not lenient. I'm more oblivious. Let's go with that word. A little bit more oblivious to what's happening around them, you know.
But also corporate telling to turn the other eye too. So
yeah. So we'll see what happens with Rite Aid, and because at the end of the day, you can't really take back some of the lives that were either lost or ruined because of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Because just
But we're seeing a lot more Narcan. We have to give more Narcan. Every prescription that has got oxycodone in it.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see here. Let's talk about our youth here. So, Liz, do you remember the Pledge of Allegiance off the top of your head?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, to which it stands, the Republic of Nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, that's completely different than what I was remembering.
Maybe it might be wrong in my head. The last time I did that was in Catholic school in California.
The way I remember
did it when I got to high school.
I remember it's like I pledge allegiance to the flag. Because everything had. Oh, here it is. This is the one I have. Okay, this is the one that is on the United States Court of the South District of West Virginia. That's similar to it. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's the one I knew.
I was close.
You know,
I was on it.
You were on it for the most part. You know, after. Now, I remember that we used to do that. I went to Catholic school too, and it was still a thing we did every morning. Surprisingly, we didn't pray either. That's weird. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we only prayed on Friday or something. I don't remember. But we said the Pledge of Allegiance every day, you know.
We went to church every Friday. We had church every Friday.
We had Sunday church, you know, your traditional Sunday church. I hated it so much. God.
We didn't have Sunday church. We went to Mass every Friday. Called it good.
Anyway, why are we talking about the Pledge of Allegiance? Because a lawyer calls for criminal investigation after a student allegedly assaulted over the Pledge of Allegiance. So what happened here? The family of a 15-year-old Black honor student is suing her South Carolina school district, alleging she was assaulted by a school staffer who said she was upset that she didn't stop to acknowledge the Pledge of Allegiance. What would you do, Liz, if you were just walking and they started and they're like, why aren't you saying the Pledge of Allegiance while they were doing it over the intercom or something like that? Think of 15-year-old you.
God. I was pretty obedient at 15. Because I knew the wrath of my father.
So you would like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll Pledge of Allegiance. Like, I'm sorry. You just like straight to it, just like, oh, I'm sorry. The lawyers for the family of I'll say Barneswell because it's a underage individual. A student at River Bluff High School in Lexington said that the federal lawsuit that on November 29, 2022, that's been a while, decided to exercise her First Amendment right to refrain from the acknowledgement of the Pledge of Allegiance in a non-destructive manner when an instructional assistant physically assaulted Miss Barneswell before taking her to the principal's office for punishment. The staffer, along with the school principal, the superintendent, and the South Carolina District of Education, are also listed as defendants in the lawsuit. That makes sense. The Barneswell family attorney, Tyler Bailey, has called for the South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson to open a criminal investigation into the incident, saying that the Lexington Police Department has refused to file charges against a staff member who allegedly assaulted Miss Barneswell. What would you do if that happened to your daughter? You're taking it from a parent's perspective.
Oh, I definitely would have a being up. I'd be like, why are you assaulting my kid? That's my job as a parent, but I wouldn't do that for an elected president's allegiance. That's nothing wrong. I mean, yeah, granted, she could do her first right. I don't care. That's their own prerogative. But again, that's not their job. That is not what a teacher's job is. Just reprimand a student. If they want to reprimand a student, go give them a jug or detention, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, it's
jug. Sorry, if you're a Jesuit, you know what it means. Justice under God.
Let's see here. What's here? Where did I? The staffer, along with the other school principal, superintendent. No. Okay. To your, I respectfully requesting that you use the authority of your office to help restore the little faith that Barnesville family may have left to the word of reference in the phrase liberty and justice for all. Just funny. May actually include a 15-year-old black girl in Lexington, South Carolina, who decided to use her voice to push America to the ideals that she hopes to stand for. To here, see here. Anything else important here? Let's talk about the lawsuit. There's a photo down there about what happened. That's interesting.
I can't see the article that you posted because yeah.
You don't have it?
No, I have it. I just can't see it. It's blocked by an ad.
The photo?
You have to subscribe.
Here, I'll see if I can copy the photo. No, I can't copy the photo. Interesting. The photo is just you can kind of see in the corner of her just kind of walking, and then the teacher pushes, or not a teacher, it's a instructional assistant, whatever. A staffer, we'll just call him a staffer, pushes the girl to the wall. And yeah, go from there. Yeah, here we go. The news, ABC News obtained a school surveillance video that appears to show the interaction between Miss Barnesville and the staffer in the school hallway. According to the lawsuit, Miss Barnesville alleges that the principal sent her back to class, telling her that he would review the surveillance footage of the alleged incident. The lawsuit alleges that the staffer deprived Melissa of her constitutional right and caused physical pain and emotional distress, resulting in the medical bills and inability to enjoy her life. But
that's a little excessive, just a little.
Yeah. When people are saying physical pain and emotional distress, that's where it gets a little iffy for me. But here in this term, when it comes to an adult in charge to a child, like that is a traumatic moment it can change a lot of people. A key moment.
Yeah, I'm not dissing on it.
It's a lot.
I feel like it's overdrawn. I think it's overdrawn. I've heard it so many times used in general. But remember, it gets a little obsessive.
But remember, they were quote assaulted, and this is just being pushed too. But that's what it is. If you pushed me, you assaulted me, Liz, basically. So you see, that's what's interesting about wording when it comes to charges. That's the thing. So, and it makes it more clickbaity too. So for our episode title, assaulted by the Pledge of Allegiance. Sure.
Yeah.
So, it's very divided. Like, it shouldn't have happened. Not to this degree. Like you said earlier, they should have just been reprimanded in the technical sense of like, go to detention or
you have after school detention, you have lunch detention, and just stupid stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think it's really messed up on so many ways. Like, I don't know. Give her a tardy or something. I don't know.
A tardy, Liz.
Put that on a record. I don't care. I'm like, it's the stupidest stuff. I mean, come on. Pushing a child is not. It's not appropriate. And I think that it looks like they had a ex-wife in this single, so that's not great.
So let's continue. Let's continue in this field, because not just this moment. I'll let you read the next one about another young girl at a different school being here. I'll let you read it. Go for it.
Which one is it again? Sorry.
It's a BuzzFeed article.
Oh, yes. A 14-year-old girl was allegedly forced to pull up her shirt and expose her bra because her principal thought she was hiding a vape.
A vape, people. The new trendy thing.
In her bra? In her shirt? Really?
Yes, Liz. I've seen people take phones from there.
Yeah, because they don't build pockets for girls and pants.
And that's not a conspiracy. That's an actual fact. That is a truth. They purposely make those pockets and things for women's so you can have purses. That's a true fact.
I believe that, and that's why probably
you didn't know that.
Probably, I don't know.
Like, yeah, that's not.
I've been buying more
Yeah,
male
it's
stuff
literally
just
it's
to
literally a
compensate for it.
it's a fact that's why they purposely make pockets for women's clothing smaller or not even there, just
Listen,
so they can have other ways to like purses and stuff. That is the truth. Yeah, I
that's why
learned
we
this
started
recently.
building things in our boobies. Yeah, all right, pocket right there.
Yeah, I've seen that done. So like you're falling behind the
I'm
times,
not
Liz. You need to catch up, man. Anyways, continue. What happened to this young girl?
A mother is suing her
Bruh.
daughter's middle school after she said the principal made the then 14-year-old pull up her shirt, exposing her bra while searching for a nicotine vape. The lawsuit filed on March 3rd alleges the girl was improperly and unreasonably subjected to a strip search while a student at Heartland Middle School in Edmond, Oklahoma, by the principal Veronica Johnson. The lawsuit names the Edmond Public School District, Johnson, and Heartland Middle School, accusing them of intentionally inflicting an emotional distress, negligence, sexual assault, and violating of the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches as well as school policy.
Yeah.
Edmond School. Okay.
Damn. Okay. So for the most part, I went to my first time going through school with excessive security would be my first 2 years of high school, where I literally had to go through a metal detector, not just once but twice. You had to go through the standard metal detector and then one of those wands too. I guess that was my first 2 years of high school. I've seen people.
Chicago's brutal.
And then I think in those 2 years of high school, I've only seen. Trying to think. Now if I have to think about it, it's more than a handful of pat downs.
You
Then I'm thinking,
druggy. You gun holding, knife wielding.
you just never know. It's like the people have pens and pencils. I don't know. You can do
I
a lot of
agree with
damn.
you.
You can do.
I'm just saying you got patted down.
I didn't.
What,
I didn't.
You packing, man. You're packing, right?
Someone is. But yeah, I remember that. But this is a little excessive because I get the questioning. I get. I don't know how would you normally handle the situation from the.
If someone did that to my daughter, I would fucking punch them and then sue them still heavily.
While you get
You
while you
don't
also
do that to a child.
Liz gets double court. She is suing the state of Oregon, and then she's also getting just sued for assault of a teacher.
Protecting my damn kid. Damn. Mother Bear came out.
Yeah. This was how. I don't know. They did win. They went a little too far. That's for sure. Like I don't know. Mostly from what they did here. Like, can you imagine you in this situation as a 14-year-old?
I probably would have him a little bit more fair
Not a single
groundly.
fuck was given this day.
I wouldn't allow that kind of thing to happen to me. 14 years old. Yeah, right. It's not gonna happen. So, that's not appropriate whatsoever. Like, no, you're not allowing to lift up my shirt. Simple as that, you know. It's like if a kid did that. I mean, and if another kid did that to another student, those students would be sued for it too. So why would you do it as an adult? I mean, like, come on, dumbass.
I'm trying to look for more, but yeah, like using the reason of searching basically is like unwarranted.
It's
Yeah,
unwarranted. Yeah.
there's like really because I don't know how I don't know how I'll say the teachers for now. I don't know how the teachers could go about the proper search method without going overboard because they went overboard.
Yes, they did.
Because I think the most I've ever seen when I to standard schooling system was bags getting searched. That's really it. Which is like, okay, you have nothing to hide. You're like nothing else in there. Done. I think
random lockers were searched from time to time, but like nothing.
Yeah, or like a pat down, basically, either too. That's really the most.
I've never seen the pat down.
You never seen? Well, you went to Catholic
Oh.
school, so I went to normal school.
I'm a kid.
I went to a normal school for my high school years. I went to two years of dangerous high school, and then 2 years of more degenerate high school. So, and you would think that would be the normal stuff, but yeah, that's why I think, because you had a different spirit, because these are just schooling systems garbage at this point. We don't have much more to say. It just, I feel bad for overall. The one who had it the worst was the young girl.
Yeah,
she's gonna have to live with this memory, basically, because you can only use so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's really nothing more we can say about this. I just feel bad. I hope the family gets some justice for this situation, because that's the least you can do for this.
Mm-hmm.
You have any final words here, Liz, for this?
No, just don't do that, guys. Just stop being dumbasses. You can't over-search kiddos or hit them.
Actually, no, you can't hit them soon. Do you know they're bringing back corporal punishment? Did you not know that?
I thought I heard about that, but I didn't think it would be.
I think, well, I need to find the article again, but we'll probably talk about it. But yeah, they're bringing back corporal punishment. Yeah, aren't you excited? Because we don't have to deal with it. We're not adults. We're not kids going to school anymore. So
that's why I'm refraining to taking my kid out of school to online school.
Why don't homeschool? Homeschooling is good.
I'm not home.
She would love homeschooling just because of that. Like, oh, my mom's not home.
I don't have to learn today. Yay! No. Online school is probably better for
her. So yeah. They're bringing back corporate punishment. We'll talk about that next week once I find the proper articles. But yeah, another fun times. Another fun times. All right. Let's jump into some more stupidity with the one you talked about, the Family Feud incident.
Oh yes. All right, y'all. I don't know why these people who have go on do criminally insane acts and not expect to be not caught.
And look at that shit.
Yeah, let's give me an issue. All right, let's see if I can open it up. I've had an issue before. Family Feud contestants who joked about killing who joked about marriage charged with killing wife. A former Family Feud contestant's jokes about marriage are raising eyebrows after he was accused of killing his estranged wife. KHQA reports Tim Leifnick, a 39 of Quincy, Illinois, was arrested Monday and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of home invasion in the death of Rebecca Becky Leifnick. She was found dead from multiple gun wounds in her February after failing to pick up her children from school. Becky, 41, was a nurse at Blessing Hospital, 100 miles west of Springfield, and a mother of 3 boys. The former couple married in 2009, but had reportedly separated 2 years ago and was going through divorce proceedings at the time of Becky's death. Court documents show she had a restraining order against her estranged husband and father-in-law. Tim Leifnick later had a restraining order filed against her. Fox News reports Tim and Becky Leifnick appeared on The Family Feud in January 2020 with Tim and his parents and siblings. The episode was taped in 2019 and notably featured Tim joking that his biggest mistake was getting married.
That's funny as fuck.
What's your biggest mistake you made at your wedding? Host Steve Harvey asked him. Honey, I love you, but said I do. Tim said, sparking a mix of laughs and gasps from the audience. Not my mistake. Not my mistake. I love my wife. He added to in a video clip from the game show. I'm gonna get in trouble there for that, aren't I? Yeah, looks like it.
Boy, that is amazing. That is clip work. That is clip work. So yeah, it's a moment. Like, we don't know much more about what happened here, but when you get clipped like that on regular television or online, when it's any media, it's it gets, it'll come back to haunt you if you say it one way or
I'm not
another.
kidding.
Yeah, like, we could probably there's so much content on this show that can get clipped out for both of us or any of our guests and stuff like that. That's the lure of just, luckily we're not live, because then we can, but it gets to those moments where you like, for the most part, most people know that we're joking. We say a bunch of garbage stuff here. We try to make this fun as much as we can. Because yeah, next thing you know, we're gonna just be talking about eating babies one day. So, but it's like, when you get caught out of context, it's like, boy, because we've probably talking about multiple stories about people getting caught out of context, and or at this point he was just not happy with his marriage, and why they decided to go on a game show. Actually, I'm back when I was younger. At one point, I wanted my family to be on Family Feud. It would not have worked, but it would be funny as fuck. How about you? Were you guys ever Family Feud people?
No, we weren't. We were Wheel of Fortune people.
Wheel of Fortune people. Okay.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune.
So, yeah, it's like, it's interesting and sad that the kids lost a mother. Because we don't know more.
And the dad, you think about it too. Because the dad's in jail still.
So yeah, you just gotta be careful what you say out there. You just never know. Because it can get clipped out of context and go from there. But boy, did this person have a funny moment on it. I wonder do they have it? I wonder if I can get the audio for you guys. Let me see. I can play it for you guys. Oh, I think I found it.
Ooh.
If I can play it for you guys. Come on. Come on, play. I think I found it. Stupid ad.
Honey, I love you, but said I do.
Oh, there he goes.
Hey, people, what's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?
Honey, I love you, but said I do. Not my mistake. Not my mistake. I love my wife. I'm going to get in trouble for that, aren't I?
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Oh, God, that was funny. Oh, God, some people. But let's hope for the best for the kids. Hope that guy rots if because there's other people who need to be rotting away, because at least we don't live in Minnesota. Actually, you know what? I wish we did, because Minnesota doesn't have any hungry people live. Did you know Minnesota has no hungry people?
I didn't.
Because a quote from the senator of Minnesota: "I have yet to meet a person in Minnesota that is hungry." Have you? Yes. As he comments for school-free lunches. So, a Minnesota state senator comments over the passage of a bill this week that would provide free meals to all students regardless of income, and are drawing criticisms on a national stage. Quote, "I have yet to meet a person in Minnesota that is hungry," said Senator Steve Drolsky. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah. Prior to the Senate vote on legislation, "I have yet to meet a person in Minnesota that says they don't have access to enough food to eat. I should say that hunger is relative term. I had cereal for breakfast. And I guess I'm hungry now." Do I have that clip? There it is. Here it is. Here's the clip. I'll play it for everyone. Give me a second. Let me make sure the audio. So everyone, this is what he said.
Mr. President, I have yet to meet a person in Minnesota that is hungry. Yet today. I have yet to meet a person in Minnesota that says they don't have access to enough food to eat. Now, I should say that hunger is a relative term, Mr. President. You know, I had a cereal bar for breakfast. I guess I'm hungry now. That, to some, might be maybe that's the definition of the bill. I don't know. I didn't.
Anyways, yeah, if you guys listen to that, that's him on the floor stating what the words I just said. So, let's see here. The proposal makes a permanent pandemic policy that advocates that it's critical to curbing children's hunger. The vote was 38 to 26, with some Republicans joining Democrats voting yes. There is no such thing as a free lunch, Jaworski said. The people of Minnesota are paying this bill for over $400 million in taxes to pay for lunches for children, the majority of which are already having lunches paid for their families now. Jaworski comments were posted on Twitter. Reporters Aaron Rupert and on the video since nearly been seen 6.5 million times as of Thursday in the morning. And that's where I got the audio for that. Thank you for the Twitter post. Made it easier. Senator Heather
Gustafson,
whatever. The bill's author was one of the many who responded to the comment by Jaworski's, claiming on Twitter that one in five students in his own district qualified for free lunch and reduced lunches. 1 in 5 students in Jaworski's district qualified for free lunch. That means that he only met with 4 students and ignored the fifth one, who is one of our. Let's see here. 1 in 4 food insecure children do not qualify for support under the current federal program, according to nonprofit group Hunger Solutions Minnesota. Feeding kids of America at school is the right thing to do. Being hungry makes learning almost impossible. There is no worksheet or assignment, test, or project that will matter to a student who hasn't had anything to eat. Agreed. Let's see here. Goffson gave the example to capture the impact on family budgets. She says parents in White Bear Lake with two children would save more than $1,800 per year under universal meal plans. Senator Zach Duckworth.
I actually went to school with a last name Duckworth.
Who ultimately supported the legislation and voted yes, sought to table the bill to consider in a broader education program so lawmakers could weigh the needs of all of the state priorities, many of them with a large price tag. What we don't have here is disagreement in that there is a need that the schools should be served. What we do potentially have is a disagreement on how to go about doing that. And the program was okay, so it's gonna start come July. So it got passed. That's a good thing. But man, you gotta love our leaders. Our leaders.
I know. They have no clue. They really don't have any clue. I mean, I think it was a great benefit during pandemic for all of us students, especially for my daughter. My daughter enjoyed some of the school lunches, so that we all got to enjoy a little bit of that too. So that helped a little bit of a burden too. I mean, financially I could have paid for it, but the fact that it was free to all the students was awesome. And a lot of the parents who needed that break, especially who lost their jobs during the pandemic too. I mean, I think I think it's beneficial. I think a lot of students would benefit in the long run. I hope eventually there is a free lunch program. I mean, I would see it a lot. They would be able to get free breakfast and free lunches without asking. So
I'm trying to look. I think it did pass, Liz.
yeah, it did. I know. I think it's a great thing passing. But I think if it was national wide, not just statewide for Minnesota, but for national
just a general, an overall,
an overall thing. I think a lot of students would benefit if it was an overall, every 50 plus state. That would.
Because at the end of the day, the statement where as long what's the point you can't really do anything when your stomach's growling. Like, there's no
No,
point.
no, you can't function. I know when I get hungry at work and I'm like, I can't focus at work. I gotta eat.
Same, yeah, same. And I remember because when I was going to school, I had free and reduced lunch throughout my, I think actually throughout my entire elementary, middle school, and high school years. I'm trying to think here. I think my last year of high school, I did not because I went out for food. Because that's when you could go out and not eat school lunches and just leave with your friends.
That's what we used to do too. But we didn't have a lot of them around us. So like I wish they had like delivery things at that time.
Oh man, you could just
able to
go
deliver it.
like just DoorDash, like just DoorDash. You just see DoorDash is coming to the school. Like, hey, you kids can't get food here. Oh my god. But yeah.
But I mean, like seriously, there's there's a lot of kids who would benefit. I mean,
Oh no, for sure.
There's not, there are some kids who can afford it. Yes, their parents can make a great making money, but there are some parents who are struggling. There are single parents who are struggling just to feed the kids they have. I think it'll be beneficial in the long run in a lot of ways. So, and a lot of people, it's fun. It's sad to say, but there are kids who don't eat dinners when they go home, and they have to wait for that breakfast time to come in to eat before they go to school. And think about it, that's a long period from lunchtime to, and some of those lunches are pretty darn early, like 10 o'clock in the morning sometimes, 10:30. And they don't eat until the next morning when they come in before school at 7:45 in the morning. So that's a long time.
Exactly. So, at this point, you gotta at the end of the day, why aren't we supporting your quote kids for the future when that's where you're gonna end up? Because at this point, with the amount in the last decade and a half with school shootings and like just like these weird random.
That's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be more shootings because there's so many kids who are hungry and not getting enough proper nutrition for their brain.
So
I'm hungry. Feed me.
All right. Anything else? Do you have any other statements for this one?
No, I think it's a great program. That's stupid of him to say that word. That's all I gotta say. You dumbass.
Okay. Maybe we'll the new title will be "Never Seen a Hungry Person." All right, you can go ahead and read the last one.
El Chapito. Do you remember El Chapo, everybody? This is kind of like this. 14-year-old, nicknamed El Chapito, arrested in Mexico for murder of 8 at a birthday party. Victims were holding a party at their house at the time of the attack. Were also left 5 adults and 2 children wounded. It was reported a birthday party. Mexican authorities have arrested a 14-year-old boy named El Chapito for the drug-related killing of 8 people near Mexico City. The Federal Public Safety Department said Thursday. The boy allegedly rode up on a motorcycle and opened fire on the family in the low-income Mexico City suburb of Chimalhuacan. How do you say that?
Chimahaka? I think that's how you pronounce it. Chimahaka. Yeah, Chimahaka.
Okay. After another man was also arrested in January 22nd, killings and 7 other members of the gang were arrested on drug charges. The victims were holding a party at their house at the time of the attack. Also left 5 adults and 2 children wounded. They reported a birthday party. I repeat that. Motive in the killings has not been made public, but drug gangs in Mexico frequently dabble in kidnapping and contract killing. They also kill rivals selling drugs on their territory or people who owe them. I think that's supposed to owe them money, not who.
Anyway, yeah. And Mexico is no stranger to child killers. Yeah, it's a dog-eat-dog world down there. Depending on where you live, it's pretty sketchy, And when at a birthday party, damn, you celebrating a simple birthday to just another kid just coming around, like slaughtering, like I'm not too surprised. Like I said, America's already kind of fucked, so it's not like it doesn't happen.
Yeah, we're
here.
heading the same way. Watch the dog eat dog world.
So yeah, it's very disappointing, but it's just environmental. You know, you kind of have to figure out a way to survive in any climate, any environment, and sometimes like they kidnap kids to kind of live in this lifestyle. Though it's interesting how he got the nickname. Because, yeah. So, anything else more important as far as this?
After his arrest, the boy's authorities identified only by his first name, Edgar. Told reporters that he was drugged and threatened into committing the crimes.
Yeah, just normal.
Sounds about right.
Disappointing. It's very disappointing. Just kind of how can't really that's a whole situation on itself. Just where I think we talked about it. It's just it's environmental at this point. Like where you grow up and how you handle situations.
Nature versus nurture, right?
And at this point, you kind of like yeah, the nature is you're in an environment where it's very hostile. And nurture where you're raised to basically do malicious things, and yeah, you're just kind of set on a path to play the bad guy, basically. So yeah, it's just disappointing that young kids. I think this episode is just nothing but been young people for the most part.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been just young people talking about the assault of the Pledge of Allegiance, getting strip search, kid murdering. It's all, and then not being able to eat properly. There's been a very surprisingly youthful episode in the most sad and
except for the one losing parents. I guess that would be another one.
Exactly, Liz. You gotta remember, we are the happiest podcast ever. Children murder.
Oh wait, hold on! Don't forget your chicken wings. I mean nuggies.
Your nuggies. Yeah, get all our head nuggies. Don't forget nuggies, guys. But yeah, it's disappointing, and it's you know, are they going to stop the main cause? It's impossible. The main cause is too big. All you can hope for is for things to get slightly better in the short term, because the long term is almost impossible, and we don't see that happening anytime soon. But yeah, all we can do is once again hope and pray for the families that were affected. That's really the only thing we can do. Any thoughts on this, Liz?
Nope. You're absolutely right. There was a lot of youthful articles today.
All right, guys.
Our voices of the future.
Exactly. So, everyone, we're going to get to our final mark. So don't forget to purchase our merch if you want to support us any way you can. If not, word of mouth is the best way to support us. Let people know about our show. Okay, so let's go with the story of the week.
You reading? Or am I reading?
Read the title by yourself and then tell me. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and read it.
Okay. Am I the asshole for suing my parents for my college money? My great aunt set up a savings account for all her female relatives. In our culture, education for women is not really valued, and she thought that was BS. Bullshit. She lived with her father in London, where she was educated. She went on to attend university and became a doctor. Oh man, she's having probably trouble right now. She married a British man. They moved to America and had a great life. Oh, never mind. She's in the States. She's having other troubles. She funded education of as many of her nieces and grandnieces as she could. Oh, what a nice aunt here. She passed away. She left money for every girl relative she could. My parents managed to access the account that were set up for my sister and I. They used it to pay for my brother's wedding. My sisters didn't care because she got married 2 years out of high school and had no intentions of going to college. When I graduated, I went to the bank to get my money for school and it was all gone. There was like 13,000 left. I asked my parents about it and
Wow.
they said that they had needed the money. I finally found out where the money went. I got furious and I got student loans, moved out, and I got a great source of shame to them. Wait, I am a great source of shame to them and I don't give 2 fucks.
2 fucks.
Let's see here. I'm
Wow.
currently suing them for the money that was left for me, and my entire family is against me. They all thinking that I'm a complete asshole for airing private family business in the public, and I am putting the money ahead of family. My friends are all on my side, and they're all Americans and don't really get my culture. Neither do I, to be honest. My brother called me up and offered to pay for my university if I dropped the lawsuit. I agreed as long as we had a legally binding contract. He said I was being an asshole for not trusting him. I said he should not have requested he should not
Yeah,
have
accepted.
accepted my money for his wedding. It's all causing all kinds of embarrassment in our community. I'm somewhat ashamed to do this, but I do not want to have this debt. I should have not. Okay. So yeah, overall, American colleges are garbage when it comes to tuition. We know this.
Yes.
We've talked about it. But this this wonderful aunt, she
Sounds like she had no children of her own, and she did this
or
for
maybe
her
she
all
did,
her-
but we don't
Maybe,
know.
I don't know.
It's true that some cultures for sure don't put women's priorities over
Rights,
the male.
priorities, yeah.
Yeah, and that because I'm kind of scrolling to see if they kind of give an idea, but that makes sense. Yeah, some people just don't have the luxury of just getting some of the proper education, stuff like that. But it looks like the great aunt did a good job setting aside, but then some. For sure, the parents are complete assholes here, but we don't know. When it comes to culture stuff, that's a little bit more dicey because different cultures have different ways to handle things. So something we would see as wrong for them is normal. So I can't really say for sure, but using
I don't
some.
think it's Yeah, I think losing family over this, I mean, considering that money was left to them in their name for their colleges. Granted, one sister didn't care, but this person, the OP, obviously really cares. I mean, that's her intent. That's what her life goal was, to go to college and do something great with her life. Because,
That's the
Sucky.
that's the only way to do it. Mostly because it's different when your family's not from the area, what the norm is
Well-
in your new world. Like America, if you're an immigrant moving to America, some of the culture shock basically changes, and then some people try to keep some of the traditions like that, but sometimes they are conflicted with each other for sure. Mostly when it comes to some countries that treat their female citizens as second-class citizens and things of that nature. So, now the question is she the asshole for suing her family?
No, because they took that money. They were stealing that money from her lawfully. I mean, that money was left to her, not to anybody else, not her brother. Certainly not for his wedding. And the parents stole it from her. No, she's not an asshole. She's doing the right thing. Get them in accountability of their actions, right?
Yeah,
Actions have consequences, right?
yes. So I'm seeing a post. I almost said exactly what you said. Apparently, the student law center at the university she's at is helping them with everything. They have proof that the money was theirs, and they're trying to do everything they can that this does not become a criminal matter. So they're trying to handle it as a close family case, because stealing a large amount of money is criminal, and it can be really damning. So I can see it that it can get really bad, really bad. Because how much money do you think it would be?
I don't know, but it's I'm
just,
certain
guess-
there was more than $13,000 in the account.
So 80,000? Do you want us to do 80?
Yeah, I would say 80.
Criminal charge. Criminal charge. Wait. Charge. Why can't I spell stealing? Stealing. 80,000?
STEALING.
Okay. See here. So that would be. That would be anything. Here it is. Come on, stupid ads. Let's see here. It depends on the state, apparently, but anything between $50 to $100,000 is considered third-grade grand theft, and would be between 2 to 20 years in prison.
Oh, damn. Bye-bye, Daddy. Bye-bye, Mama.
Yes. So yeah, it's, and fines are between $5 to $100,000. So yeah, it is. It's pretty big. I can see how this would be affecting the family, no doubt. But yeah, this is like next level stuff because yeah, that mostly when within the family. Because I remember we had this issue in our family a while ago, with our just sum of money, and yeah, it becomes one you're losing family over money, and two, then it becomes it can become a criminal point where someone can literally go to jail, and stuff like that, and to the point where the brother was able to say they were going to pay for college, and a contract would have been fine. That's nothing too bad. Just take it at this point. But even he didn't want to. I'm the type of person where if it's written on paper, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like I get it. But
I agree.
But it's very disappointing that one, how something that's supposed to once again benefit your kids is taken away. And then just like that, just taken. Any thoughts, Liz? Liz, did you freeze again? Yeah, Liz froze again. I'm sorry, everyone. Liz froze again. So yeah, everyone. Liz, wow, it's always at the end. Liz always freezes up at the end. So everyone, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya. See ya.
I'm the rock, the safety, the ground. The only thing that you can count. I'm the rock, the safety, the ground. The only thing that you can count. Fingers crossed, I swear that I will never leave you. Fingers crossed, I swear that I will never leave